Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? We are back again. Obviously, it's not Tuesday night. We had to rock it. Had a little something that went on, had to deal with. But hey, you got to stay healthy. And now it's Wednesday, only a day late, so it is time to talk some Cobra Kai. What's up, Andy? How you doing?
I'm doing good. You don't have to spare my time. I'm not a shy guy. I ate some bad gas station food, so I had to postpone. That's what happened. There's no shame in that. Sometimes you
See,
get some bad food.
if you would have been too good to eat gas station food, you wouldn't have that problem, and you'd have been healthy enough to go on Tuesday, and you'd have been there for the people.
No, that you assume that I can cook well. This happens more often if I'm not eating at the gas station.
Oh Lord! Oh, what's up? There's an old schooler. We got Carol Funk in the chat. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. What's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there. Oh, it is time to talk some Cobra Kai. How you guys liking the season so far? Did you binge it, Carol? I already know Jake binged the whole thing. Did you do it? Have you seen them all already? How you doing with it, Andy? Are you still sticking to the one by one?
Yeah, because I told you I would, and now I'm mad at myself for
Oh,
it.
it's so hard, isn't it?
I'm like, I just want to watch another one. I'm like, oh, I could watch another one. And, it automatically plays. I'm like, I
Hmm.
could just, no, I'm like, I told you, Jay.
Oh, dude, it's hard. You got to hurry up and get it and pause it and like hit the back button before it starts playing. I haven't even seen one like flicker of like the next episode yet. I'm still just 100% on episode 3.
I
And
figure if I don't make it 2 minutes in, then it doesn't count, right? So I'll start. I'm like, I can't.
oh, Carol says it's Dragon Fire. She's loving it. Oh, it is. It's absolutely amazing. We absolutely love the Cobra Kai. And this one, season 3, episode 3, starts out. It's called Now You're Gonna Pay. And the sanctity of church. I mean, to forgive is important. And isn't it lucky for Donnie that that's exactly what that sermon happened to be about that day? Forgiveness.
Yeah.
Dude, he just comes in like, just out of his mind, all drunk. And I love how every episode so far this season, he comes in, sees a cute blonde, and like gives her the nod.
Yeah.
Always like when he's looking his roughest, just pure Johnny Gold.
He just doesn't know.
Oh, he doesn't care.
I think he doesn't know. He's like, I still got it. I don't know.
And then right up in front of the congregation, God and everybody, he's like, "So your Wang can still get Tang? Nice." I was like, he's in a rough spot when he's talking like that in church. I was like, oh, here we go. You just made your own pastor sweep the leg in front of his own congregation. I was like, that was awesome.
That's hilarious. And he's getting his butt kicked all over too. He's just a drunk. I don't know. He's a mess. But he deserved that one. Johnny, you deserved it. You're my boy. Man. But you deserve that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. God bless you, Carol Funk. Oh, we know you're doing great work out there and doing the important stuff. And man, take some time out and make yourself smile. And you can do that by watching Cobra Kai because it is amazing. If you're anywhere close to our age group or whatever, taking it back to the 80s and live through there, it is so spot on perfect. It is excellent. What's up, Samuel Morningstar? I see you out there. Welcome back. Welcome back. But yeah, I'm all about the Cobra Kai. It is just one smile after another. But somebody not smiling was poor Robbie in there reading Lord of the Flies while he's in a place that seems to be like run in a similar manner. And we see he has no interest still whatsoever in speaking with Daniel. He's still feeling betrayed. Like, is he right to do so? Should he be feeling so bad about that?
I mean, like you said, why did Daniel do it? Is Robbie right? I don't know. I could see. I don't know. I don't even know how to do it. But Daniel, I don't think Daniel's doing it for the reasons that you think. It's the right thing to do, whether or not Robbie's turning himself in or not. It's like, well, shit, you did something wrong, man. You got to own up to your problem.
It's more to clear his conscience. He took the easy way out and had the cops come and get him. If it was really for Robbie, why not just take Robbie and yourself? Why not get him, explain to him, this is your student, the one who looks up to you as basically end all be all sensei. Why don't you just break it down to him? This is what needs to be done. And I'm sure he would have did it. But instead he had to be sneaky and come in and have the cops come in and underhand and take him. I was like, I just didn't like the way he went about it.
Yeah, me neither. He shouldn't have done that. But one way or the other, he has to go. Like, you know, you almost killed a kid. You kind of got to do something, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I am not a priest is just, so many times I love it. Everything about that scene was amazing. That was absolutely perfect. Oh, Samuel Morningstar says Robbie has the right to be mad, and Daniel, while he's locked up, maybe when he's released, he can look back. I mean, yeah, he is a kid, and like I said, he's going to see it from the kid's point of view, and the way the kids are going to look at it is, you set me up. You know, this is BS. You're supposed to be on my side, and now you're on their side getting me locked up. That ain't cool. I get it. I mean, especially looking at it from the side of a kid. But you never know. Jake Cruz says Daniel paid his lawyer, and now, and I know how long Robbie stays. Robbie is a crybaby. Calling the cops was wrong. You can't run your whole life when you're a kid. But yeah, he should have, like I said, just be a sensei, talk to your student, and show him why he needs to do it, explain it, and then take him in. I think it would have worked out a lot better that way. And you'd still be talking to Robbie.
Yeah, I just think you got to own up to your mistakes. Like that, you're right though. Like Daniel needs to tell him that he can't just be like, "Well, you're gonna face him no matter what," because here they are. And then you create even a worse situation because he starts running. So now it looks like he's trying to escape still.
Exactly. So now it looks even worse because now he didn't turn himself in. He tried to escape, and the cops had to apprehend him. So yeah, it ends up being twice as bad for Robbie. All again because of Daniel.
Yeah, and I hate Daniel, but I'm not like he's only doing it to benefit himself.
Right. But things seem to be not getting much better after the school brawl, and may have just gotten worse with what just walked through the door. The LaRusso nemesis in the auto world is there with not a so tempting offer. And you just knew this was about to get good. I mean, does that guy just play the total douchebag car salesman awesome or what?
Dude, he's great. You know, he reminds me of like the Better Call Saul guy.
Don't know that one.
You don't? No. Well, you don't like Saul Goodman from
I know you're talking about the name, but I have not. Dude, I don't watch any of the like main show stuff. I've never seen a Breaking Bad. I've never seen an American Idol. I've never seen Better Call Saul. Like, yeah.
Hold on.
Stuff. Never seen any of that.
Last week you insult gas station food. This week you're comparing Breaking Bad to American Idol.
I'm just saying they're both like huge shows that so many people seem to watch, and I'm not one of them.
You're doing a really good job. Yo, DJ, you're doing a great job of triggering me. You said I've never seen Breaking Bad or American Idol.
That is awesome. Hey, when you look at the ratings, very comparable, extremely.
I mean, yeah,
that's where I was coming from. I wasn't about the shows being anything alike, just ratings wise. They were both huge shows that I've never seen. Robbie's 17? He got picked up after 18. It's a totally different ballgame. Yeah, it is, but I don't think he's that old. I think he's more like 16. I don't think Robbie's. I mean, obviously, I think the actor's older than that, but I think his character is supposed to still be like 16. Those guys just came back to school. I mean, they're just now seniors. I mean, he could be 17 into 18, but I don't think so. I think it's more 16 into 17 situation. Or with hurting a kid like that, he probably would have been tried as an adult. And speaking of an adult, you can't tell me that kid that's picking on Robbie is 18. That guy's like 32. Dude, that guy that is not a child. That is a grown-up man.
And can't you feel it already starting? Like, you know, he realizes, well, shit, the way Daniel's teaching me is not going to work. Like, this is, you know, real world stuff. This isn't warring karate dojos, right? Like, there's legit people that aren't playing by the same rules that you are.
I need a little Cobra Kai in my life at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, see, he should have hung out with Johnny just a little bit, enough. Like, sometimes the best defense is more offense.
Absolutely, Jake Cruz. I like that idea. When we do the final episode, we'll come back and do a throwback to all these episodes and see how we can discuss situations turn out and see what we were guessing and how we thought they were going to compared to how they actually did. Absolutely. I love that idea. And yeah, I have no idea who Saul Goldman is. None whatsoever. I think I might be able to pick, like if you showed me a picture of three guys, I might be able to pick out which one was him. I think I have seen that name or on a person before, but yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So many theories for the end of the season. Yeah, it's going to leave us with some more cliffhangers, it sounds like, from the little bit that I've heard of. So that's awesome.
Oh my God. If it leaves us with too big a cliffhanger, I'm out. You'd be doing this show next year by yourself. I hate cliffhangers. I hate them.
Oh, the adrenaline rush is real. That's because the show is so amazing. Absolutely great. Yeah, no, you're not a big fan of the cliffhanger, so that will be a rough one. But getting back into it, Sam visits the hospital, and Miguel's mentions he has surgery, but it's going to be costly, and he also apologizes and tries to make excuses for what Tori with a Y did to her. But Sam's not having it. Everybody's got a sob story. It doesn't give you a right to be a bully. You agree with that?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So at some point, you got to have some personal responsibility. Like
I said, everybody's got a sob story.
Exactly. Everybody does. Everybody has a crazy shit that made them do what they did, but ultimately you're the one that decided to do it, right?
You got nobody to blame but you yourself. You got to own up.
Also, do you think couldn't they sue the school? School's got to have some kind of insurance, right? Like they would have to pay for that surgery for this karate war that happened at school.
That happened at them. Yeah, absolutely. You would think that would absolutely take. Yeah, they kind of slipped by that one. But in real life, you would have to think that if it happened on school property, it's absolutely getting paid for by the state. For sure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
But I don't know, because all the teachers made sure not to get into it. We can't be held reliable. So we can't, the teachers stayed out of it and touch any students. So maybe that's their loophole.
True. I don't know.
But Hawk shows up and calls her a princess, and that just got under his skin. These two are going to come to a head at some point.
Oh I feel like they were building some redemption for Hawk, but it's gonna happen. I'm sure, but it's like he's going valleys. He's getting worse before he's getting better. It's like it's so much worse when the person sees that they're doing something bad, right? Like they know that that's not right, and then they still do it. That makes you worse.
Oh, dude, your boy is going no place but down and going down fast. And you already know we're going to be talking more about that. But yeah, Tori with a Y is stalker nuts. And we knew that going in. We knew right away. We saw her coming a mile away that this girl is absolutely bonkers. So we saw her coming, and she's just living up to it. I mean, she's doing she is what we thought she was. I still don't understand how they get the coffee and the cake. I mean, dude, what a great friend Bobby. Dude, and Johnny Gold right out of the gate. Johnny just completely crashes his sermon, and he's all calmly giving him a shoulder to lean on. And in hindsight, probably was the most excitement that service has seen all year. But damn.
Well, he is a pastor. That's kind of forgiveness is their thing, right?
That's got to be a little irritating. You're in the middle of a sermon. I mean, all pastors have to have a little bit of an ego to be up there in front of the congregation, and you're kind of stepping on his moment right there. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's pride. That's a sin. So I don't think he's allowed to feel that way. Right.
But he's human, and so he does. And when he's up there talking about some of your old Vegas trips and soccer moms, and so your tang still can get tang, what, Johnny?
Yeah, but don't you think that conversation contributed to the fact that he forgives him? Because it's all about he's talking about God's forgiveness or whatever, and then so he has to practice what he preaches literally. Okay, I have to forgive him for this terrible thing that happened and his response to it or whatever. But I think that was kind of written that way, that he would be talking about forgiveness and all that. So, and then immediately forgive.
Samuel Morningstar says Pastor probably became one to help Johnny. He's like, dude, you're a messed up little kid. I need to figure out how I can help you because you're going to need it for life. You might be onto something there, Samuel. Oh, God, but that was awesome, dude, when he just gives him the roundhouse, sweeps the leg, and then gets up and just suit adjustment. Yeah, that was great. Also liked when he told Johnny, he was like, you don't do the right thing because it works out. You do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I was like, there's a lesson everybody can learn.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. Not always easy to do the right thing, but sometimes you got to do it just because it's the right thing to do. I actually love that. I like how Amanda's getting on her own. She's getting her own little tagline in the show. She's like, They prefer personal assistants. Oh, do they? With that snarky little look she gives, I was like, I like that.
Yeah,
They're
I
giving
like her too. Like, yeah, everybody's stupid compared to her, and I mean they honestly are. But
I like how they're giving her own tagline though. They're kind of giving her more personality, and she is just leaning into it. She's like, "Oh, do they?" Like she has that snarky look down, dude. She's awesome. Love her.
it's kind of been a good buildup though of like all the shenanigans going on, right? She's finally to the point like, why are you people even talking to me? Like you guys are idiots, all of you, right?
Oh, moron. Also realize how much I'm liking like the back and forth between cousin Louie and Anoush, dude. Those two play off each other pretty sweet.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, dude, I was getting a Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Ocean's 11 vibe off him. Like, oh, I was digging it. I liked it. Anoush lets Louie in on a little secret. The Daniels dealership is about to be out of the game, and come on, Farouche, let's go. I was like, that's gonna come into problem. Like, oh boys, like you don't even know my name, dude. You know that's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. And I didn't even notice it the first time until you see it and then go back. I was like, I just love the way they slide little stuff like that in.
Yeah.
So that's the teenagers, and what's that?
Oh no. So I was just gonna ask, where do you think that's going? Like the fact that they're weaseling in, like they're getting the exclusive deal on the cars.
Oh, that he's trying to kick LaRusso out of the game?
Yeah. Do you think they're going somewhere with that?
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be a huge plot line because I mean, obviously that's Daniel's like bread and butter. So if he loses his dealership, that's going to be a problem. And now you figure like he's all about Japan and he has a kind of a Japanese dealership that he's dealing with. So that could absolutely become a thing, you would think.
Yeah, I think they're going to send him back to Japan to negotiate, and he's going to go to what's it called.
So you were thinking that early on?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, obviously they end up showing that at the end. But, yeah, there's like –
Yeah. But, I mean, like he's going to specifically go to what's it called? And then
or something like that?
Yeah, whatever the place is called. Mr. Miyagi's home or whatever.
Oh, back to wherever in Japan. Excuse me.
Yeah, the island. Golly. Whatever it is, they're going to go there.
He's like, for sure they're going to end up. You think they're going to end up there? You think that's where Daytona is?
Well, no, I think, dude, the whole time I thought they were saying Toyota. Like, I'm an idiot. Like, my wife's like, no, they're not saying Toyota.
I think it's a run on Toyota. I think the
yeah.
Toyota.
Okinawa. Jeez Louise. Okinawa.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So they're going to go to the I'm 100% sure that they're going to make it there. Like they have to. They're setting it up.
Oh, Dayona is what. Yeah, so you can't say Dayona is not a complete play on Toyota, but yeah, that probably is exactly where it will be, is in like Mr. Miyagi's old place, and maybe he'll call on some old references, or somebody will remember, or maybe it'll blow up in his face. Maybe somebody will work there who he kicked the crap out of back in that old school battle when they were all doing the little drums, and that's going to come back and blow up in his face.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe that's why they took it away from him in the first place. They're like, oh, this is a chance to screw him. Yeah, we're definitely on board with that. That could come in for sure.
That's what my whole thought was, because I wanted to tell you my setup that he was going to go back to that place. But whoever the bad guy was, whatever he was, that they did the fight to the death, I think that he's going to work for the Toyota company. And that's how they were able to screw him over so easily.
Or maybe even be the head of it, yeah. His dad owns it or something like that. Yeah, his family owns it maybe. Oh, yeah, I could totally see that. I love that.
So that was my big thing about it, where I was heading towards.
Yeah, right on. No, I'm all down with that. I could absolutely see that happening. Absolutely. And we'll talk about that towards the end when we get there, but yeah, for sure. But back out to the teenagers in short shorts, and Sam and the gang have an idea to help raise money for Miguel's surgery, and we got a good old-fashioned car wash going on. And How cheesy was that when like Sam walks by Stu? He's like, "Hey Stu, it's left circle, then right circle." I was like, "Oh my!"
Oh
Dude,
my,
that was worse than the singing in the car to me, dude. That got me.
dude.
Come on.
Me too. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, no. Like, oh, what are you training everybody? Get the hell out of here. I don't know. You don't win any points by teaching Miyagi-Do stuff when Miyagi-Do did that to Miguel. That's all I got to say. It was like, maybe keep that crap to yourself.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah, nobody wants to hear that right now. I was like, we're here for Miguel. Yep, and you're right. It's Dayona, I believe, is what they were calling it in the show, which is a complete play on that. But I was glad our girl Moon got another scene. But again, just a ridiculous conversation. I was like, I thought you were a feminist. I mean, what is this show? Like, was that this show's first shot at trying to be woke? I didn't.
No, I think they were making fun of it. Yeah,
I hope so. I hope so. Because I was just like, wait, what? Like, that whole thing was just like, that made my head turn.
Well, no, I think it's just that they're not against people being woke or for it. They're just like, there's different people and they point it out and then they make fun of it. Just like them. Moon's great, but she was like a crazy hippie talking about like not punching people and like,
Right.
you know, she's one of those people. It's just,
can't we just all get along?
take it how you want. That's how I took it, at least. Like,
I love Moon, and I'm glad she got a scene, but I was like, they could have done better than that. I don't know. That whole scene was just weird to me. And of course, it wouldn't be a teenage car wash without a car full of boys like trying to get the cute girls to watch their SUV, like our man Samuel Morningstar was just saying, only to get the shirtless Chris to come over and wipe his big belly all over their windshield. I was like, oh, hell no, dude.
yeah, that was great.
Oh, the Hollywood tropes were just ridiculous. He's like, Samuel says, that'd be my luck. Completely. But yeah, that was just ruthless. And they knew what they were doing. I was like, that was kind of messed up. I was just like, if we were like waiting in that line around the block, I would be heated. But like if they tried to like cut in line and they're like, hey, can I be next? And then Chris saw that and did it on purpose, then it's fantastic.
This whole thing made me think differently. Like when I was a kid, we would do car washes and stuff for like middle school and high school. Mm-hmm. And then it totally makes me think different of it now. I'm like, oh, that's weird that like full-blown adults are coming there because they're like, oh, girls in bikinis. I'm like, dang, that must have happened when we were kids.
Bro.
Damn. So I had this whole weird thing in my head. Like, that was weird. From the first shot, I remember specifically because it showed the girl like walking up towards the car wash from behind. I was like, these are high school.
It showed her walking away, and it showed her fucking had a pan in on her ass and short shorts. Yeah. Like, why are they showing us this teenage girl's ass like that? So yeah, that's exactly.
So I was like, that's a high school student, right? And then that's what started this whole thing. So the whole time I'm kind of distracted in my head, like, damn, I bet that happened when I was in middle school and stuff. I remember people coming up in like grown men in trucks and stuff. Absolutely. And now I'm kind of weirded out about
it. Truth in advertising coming home to roost. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And of course, Hawk and part of the Quiver roll up on black street bikes, very Cobra Kai style, and are none too pleased seeing their boy being used as a poster child. Like, shouldn't they just be happy that everybody's doing what they can to help raise money for Miguel's surgery?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you feel like me, where Sam's like doing her whole whatever, and I'm like, shut up, your Miyagi-Do shit hurt him, so get the hell out of here. And it's kind of like, I don't know. You're right, my boy Hawks, you know, he's on a bad route.
He's going down. Jake Cruz pulling it back and say, hey, some people just want to support charities. None of these girls are actually under 18, which is true. These girls are definitely all actors.
I know.
But they were portraying is what we're talking about. And they were making a point that should be brought up and talked about, I think. Like,
I was just like, I didn't even mean, I wasn't going to bring it up on stream. It was just after we were talking about it, I was like, This is how I was distracted during this whole scene because of this.
Absolutely. It's like, hey, beware, there are creepers out there. I mean, hey, the 14 or the young boys that were out there, the teenage boys trying to get the girls, that's supposed to happen. That's what it's all about. No, it's like the 50-year-olds that are going there asking for the girls to get out there. That's where it becomes a problem. Hey, what's up, Lindara? I see you out there. Welcome back. Welcome. Oh, talking all about the Cobra Kai, and we get to see Johnny cleaned up, and he heads off for a job interview, and oh my God. Note to anybody watching, never be that honest if you really want the job. I was just like, what are you doing? You got to go the Johnny route. Like, dude, how great was that? Like when he says, oh, it says here you have extensive computer experience. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know how to get on the internet.
And the dude laughs, thinks he's joking. Oh, that was hilarious.
Priceless. Everybody's like, that would be a great comeback if you're some computer guru, but that's literally the extent of his computer and internet knowledge. That was amazing. I love that line. That was absolutely beautiful. And of course, Johnny had no choice but, to tell him the truth, because as soon as they run a background check, they're going to see everything. But, dude, how great was that hearing Johnny, like, rattle off all his priors?
Dude, that was hilarious. It was like, come on, man. He had it going so good. And then he's like, this is kind of, this is a little bit cathartic. I'm going to start rallying him up.
He's using him for a therapy session. He's like, dude, you're trying to impress this man for a job. What are you doing? Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Let's not get into that background check-in and shake hands like men. He didn't get a second interview. No, he did not. Oh, dude, how great was that when he went back to the car, dude? Like, that was the part of the show where I literally laughed out loud the loudest. Like, when he goes back and he's reading all those circle classifieds and stuff, and he had the dancer circle.
The dancer was question mark. I saw that, too. I was cracking up. I told my wife about it, and she's like, huh? We had to rewind it. I was like, look, he has dancer circle with the question mark.
Favorite part of the show, bar none, dude. I was literally laughing out loud at that point. Oh my God, thinking about it has me cracking up. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad we both caught that, because my wife was acting like I was some kind of weirdo for noticing like the other stuff that he had circled.
Dude, I'm almost in tears now thinking about it. I was laughing. It was amazing, dude. Like, that's it. Like, that's what I've always said. Like, it's the little things that are just the gold in this show. Like, the lines that you're almost not even supposed to hear. Like, those are, like, the best parts of it. Like, the little intricacies of it are everything, dude. I love it. Never been to a job interview. Don't think I'd like it. Yeah, me either, Jake. It's nuts. That is nuts. Oh, man, that is hilarious. And, yeah, it's like, which job interview did you appreciate more, his or Stingray's?
Well, Stingray's ended in a badass assault, so Stingray's. So.
Oh, God. Two of the best job interviews I've ever seen on camera, dude. I was dying. That was so awesome. That was amazing. Oh, I don't know which one I like better, though. It might have been Johnny's, just because, dude, like, the fact that when he slipped in that, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can remember how to get on the internet. Like, and that guy thought he was so awesome because of that. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
How about Robbie seeing Sam do the news interview, raising money for Miguel, and then saying that it wasn't an accident? It was an accident, or at least I hope it was. I was like, what? Like, that's ruthless. And then he has to hear her say, we love you, Miguel. Like, how tore up is Robbie right now?
Probably quite a bit. He deserves to be a bit, but he also did paralyze the kid. So
there's that. Oh, my God. That is messed up. But how, after hearing all that, like, how do you not have enough rage to beat up those thugs with all that karate training you have? I was like, I don't know. Like I said, maybe because the one's 32 years old and juvie with a bunch of 15-year-olds. But I was like, no, but you're supposed to be like, you've been doing all this circle training and you just got your ass handed. What happened?
I know. Well, I guess it's karate versus real fighting, and maybe they're coming into the real world. They did mention earlier, like, karate died in the 80s, so.
Dude, speaking of, I mean, like, real deal stuff. We had a kid that was, I don't even remember where he's from, but, like, he was literally a little miniature Bruce Lee. Like, he had the tattoos down both arms, down both legs, been training his whole life. Like he was one solid muscle, like amazing. Like, but he was a little guy. Like he was tiny, but lightning quick and everything. And like we were all goofing around one time, and he like everybody was kind of nobody messed with him, dude. He was bad. But like we were going at it one time and kind of talking smack. We we're both on the football team, and he started talking all this stuff. I was like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "Nah." And he went to do it, and I just bum rushed him. And like he went to hit me, and of course he got his hit in, but I just came at him like, dude, I'm like 3 times the size, and I just came at him and bum rushed him and bear hugged him. I was like, "What the fuck you gonna do now?" Like, you know what I mean? So having size does matter, no matter how good you are with karate. I would say in the end, that was my little story about that.
Yeah.
But I was feeling, I don't know, Robbie was getting the shit kicked out of him. And where were the guards? Like, is this place like the thugs are really getting away with this? Like, is it really like Lord of the Flies in there? I was like, there is just no guards present.
Yeah. I think like regular people go to prison to become criminals. Like that's kind of the situation, right? It's that. Like the guards don't give a crap. Are these the same guards that let Johnny smack the hell out of that one kid?
It probably is the same dude. You're right about that. That's funny. And then, because that's why I can't be around kids. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious because those guys aren't 18. But yeah, you're right. They probably are the same mind frame. But Johnny meets an old friend, and I wasn't trying to sell you. He's like, I wasn't trying to sell it to you. That's why I drove to Winetta. He's like, I wasn't trying to sell it to you. Oh my God, Johnny runs into that same pawnbroker. Like when he says the laptop just needs new batteries, like you told me it was wireless. I mean, I was just loving the scene, dude.
That was hilarious.
He needs to bring it out of the 80s a little bit. It's like, how can he really be that lost? You said it was wireless. It just needs new batteries. I was dying.
I mean, they go overboard with it sometimes. We already know he can hook up a TV, so he knows that things need power and that some things are wireless. He has some knowledge of the real world, so I don't think too much about it. It's just funny.
Oh man. And Jake's right, self-defense is fine, but once you're attacked, I mean, and there's only so much you can do against so many. I mean, if everybody comes down at you at once, I mean, literally, unless you are Bruce Lee, you're gonna have a problem.
I want to see one time in one of these shows where someone gets punched and dude, that's it. They're just like KO'd, fall flat on their face, and everybody's like, "Holy cow!" Which
happens more often than not in a real fight.
Yeah, or someone gets punched in the face and like, "Ow!" Okay, I don't want to do that again.
Like, yeah, we're done. That's enough for me. Oh man, but you can tell that pawnbroker deals with a lot of desperate people, and he handles Johnny just perfectly. But how about when he basically tells Johnny it's time to become a thief? Like, I've never dealt with a pawnbroker before, but this guy makes me feel that's kind of exactly how they'd be. I was like, you dirtbag. You basically just told him to go out and start stealing for you.
Well, pawnbrokers, here's a crazy thing people probably don't know about most pawn shops. Is like, if I bought a stolen product from a guy down the street, I would have to give it back to the owner. Like, that's no longer my thing. But pawnbrokers have protections. If a pawnbroker buys a thing, they spent money on it, and it finds out it's stolen, you still have to pay them the amount of money that they paid for that thing. So they don't lose anything.
That's not what Rick Harrison said on Pawn Stars. He said he was just out that money. He said,
Florida?
Huh?
In Florida, 100% it works that way. Because there's great people going, they do it all the time. And like groups I'm in. I know it.
That's insanity, dude. I'd be like, dude, why am I buying my shit? It's my shit. Isn't that the reason they have to like write everything down in case that situation happens? Because it happens more times than not.
Mm-hmm. So like people have done it with like wedding rings. I know of a person that had to buy their wedding ring back for like $5,000.
That's insanity, dude. That is absolute insanity. But hopefully they had insurance. But man, Jake says he had nearly that same conversation with a lady about wireless speakers. Yeah, some people just don't get it. That's awesome. Our pawn shops in Illinois are strict as fuck. Cops are like there every 2 days looking at inventory. Yep, I believe it. You got that many people stealing. You have to go in there. They're all trying to get that money. Unbelievable. Got it. Liars and thieves are my 2 biggest pet peeves in life, dude. I just hate both of them. It drives me nuts. But you know, who I was loving was when they opened that scene with the Macallan 18, and the alcohol product placement in this show is second to none. Like Coors and now Macallan. It's like I had actually somebody leave a message on one of our things saying that that's going to happen a lot more this season, which I think is kind of funny.
Like the alcohol ones, or like there's been other ones too, like other you know, product placements in this. I've noticed it more. I forget what it was. Something to do with, I don't remember. I'll remember it.
Paid. The actors got to get paid. Absolutely.
I was just like, man, there's a lot of product placement in this season. In episode 1, I noticed it, but I can't remember what it was.
Like plantains?
No, because plantain's not branded.
Oh my God. But Daniel has a nostalgic moment, and we now see his path led him how he became a car salesman, and he didn't really want to, even though he always thought they were sleazy. But sick cousin Louie is right there to give the stroke sign, saying that is such a bullshit stereotype. Like, yeah, proving it right all at the same time. Cousin Louie. Yeah. Oh, they cast that character great. Then Daniel gives the worst Mr. Miyagi impression I've ever heard, but he does remember another Miyagi lesson, and it seems to spark an idea. But dude, did that not take you out of it when he did? I mean, was that not the worst Mr. Miyagi impression you've ever heard?
Terrible.
Awful. If I had a product, I would love Cobra Kai to have it on the show. Absolutely. Oh, dude, if you're going to do it, put it on one of the greatest shows out there. Why not? But out to Robbie's still getting bullied by the 32-year-old, and he's feeling so down and out, he's actually happy to hear that Johnny's coming for a visit. It's like, finally get it. Because him and Johnny actually left on good terms. Like, he talked about trapper keepers and bought him a bunch of school supplies. So that's how him and Johnny talked. They were good, right?
Right.
I mean, so things should be all good with them. See, I mean, he shouldn't quite have I don't know. He shouldn't be so bitter right away. But meanwhile, But his dad's back biting the bullet and crawling back to his stepdad, who he's just as tender and understanding as ever. But I have to admit, I was kind of on his side. Like when Johnny's acting there asking him for a handout to fix the problem with his money, Johnny should have showed a little more humility, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. But still, like, you would expect, like, the guy that, you know, kind of tormented you your whole life to be like, I mean, he's given you money before and you paid him back. So you say, hey, this isn't for me. This is for this kid's life. Like,
the guy's given him thousands, bailed him out what seems to be multiple times, always been there. I think the guy's allowed to talk a little shit. You've been a complete fuck up your whole life. And he's 100%. Still there for you helping out, and you're still there looking for a handout. He's right. He's like, dude, yeah, you want to fix the problem with my money. And as far as paying him back, dude, the guy's probably giving him tens of thousands of dollars, and he paid him back like this one time for like maybe a few things. I don't think he paid him back for like everything.
Well, he paid him back that last time, so I mean, you could at least hold that over his head.
Or maybe,
you know, if he gives you more money, he can hold that over your head. Whatever. It's for Miguel. It's not.
But Miguel's not his problem.
I know, but he's asking and making it his problem.
He told you in the first place not to do it. You'll probably fuck up these kids' life, and here you are. You fucked up these kids' life, and now after I told you not to do it, I got to fix it again?
Yeah, I mean, he's asking him. He's not saying you have to. He's just asking him, like, hey, I need some help.
Right. Like, asking him, dickhead, you going to give me the money or not? Get the hell out of my house. Like I said, I was on his side with that one. I was like, that was kind of crazy.
I was on Johnny's side. You know, the dad in this, my dad's not real mean like that, but I would never ask my dad for money because he would act like that. But he's not mean. I mean, but I wouldn't ask him for money because I wouldn't want him holding it over my head. So, never.
This reminds us Johnny never offered to pay him back either. So,
true.
I mean, yeah. And what I kind of thought more than anything might happen was I always thought Sid would just keep that envelope that Johnny gave him and been like, here's the money you paid me back. This is the last time I'm helping you out. Here's your money back. Go away. I thought it might be that kind of situation, but he didn't even get that.
Yeah.
So Johnny takes some advice from his old friend and just decides to steal from the one person that's always been there to bail him out. Like, that was such a low-life move. I was like I said, liars and thieves are two of my biggest pet peeves in life. So that kind of, I hated seeing Johnny steal that, dude, no matter what the cause was for.
I laughed at it. Like, I was like, That's funny. I was like, what is he getting? Wait, my immediate thought was, this is funny because what is he going to sell that vase for? Clearly a large amount of money. I was clearly wrong for laughing. Like,
oh, dude, yeah, he's gonna go and sell it, and I mean, he's just trying to do it for a noble cause. But again, you're stealing something that's not yours. It's like now maybe the surgery's gonna go bad because you got bad mojo on
it. Maybe. I was just laughing at it. He's like, screw this guy. I'm gonna steal this vase right here, whatever this stupid thing is.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, in the morning star. The thing he stole was that vase on the way out the door. As soon as he walked out the door, that was there. There's that big silver statue, and he stole that on the way out the door. Just a big piece of art, but that was ridiculous. Do you wonder if Johnny is going to inherit his money when he dies? Yeah, that's a good question. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like he has anybody else to leave it to, but I don't know. Sid seems kind of the guy that might just be like one final middle finger to Johnny and leave it all to charity or something like that.
He's like, I hate Johnny and I hate charity, but I hate Johnny more. So I'm going to give it to charity.
And that would be like the final FU to Johnny. Like, But, I mean, in the end, Johnny really doesn't want his money. He's like you said, that's all you have to offer. He's like, I don't really want it. It's like, I just really need it a couple sometimes. People need money to live. It's what makes the world go round. But this next scene was also kind of ridiculous. Like, why would they leave the smallest kid with all the money all alone? Like, weren't they just asking for that little guy to get mugged?
A little bit.
I mean, that was ridiculous. And, of course, Hawk and crew show up and do just that. Like, I thought that was ridiculous. And your boy is going down a bad path.
I know it.
It's not good. It's not good. I thought it was a real highlight that Daniel never raised his hand to that Tom Cole character when they were sitting there when he was talking hella smack. Even when he said, what goes up over a railing must come down. Like, dude, how does he not drop kick that dude's teeth out of his mouth?
I know. He was so mad in the first season, he kicked the boba out of his hand.
Right? And that wasn't that big a deal. That was just for laughing, thinking he wrote a dick on his poster for it.
So maybe he cares less about Miguel than he does about dick on his own face.
That's sad, and that is true. Oh, you know he wanted to smack him as bad as we wanted him to, but that's just not how business works. But he did have a semi-clever 13-year-old clapback, John, that middle finger on the page 9. Like, was that really the only reason that they called that guy back for that? Was just so they... I was like, did you really call him here to show him a picture of a middle finger? It's like, why'd they even have him come over?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of worth it. He was just making fun of you. Waste his time. Like he's wasting your time.
Oh, well, yeah, just that whole scene was like, I guess they just need to get this actor paid and then another scene or something. I just thought that was ridiculous. I did like how Anoush was like, wait, what? This isn't a sure thing? Like he's all scared at the end. Like he had to know what was at stake before he accepted his old job back. Like, I don't know. I like his character conveys a lot of what his character conveys a lot on very little screen time. Like he looks so scared and stuff. Like, wait, what? Like he's all mad. Like you have to know you're in a show.
You told me this was a 100% thing.
Yeah, yep. I mean, he's the one who told him what the situation is. So why you acting new now? Like, I don't know. I thought that was crazy. Strong arm robbery doesn't bode well. Absolutely, that was crazy. And that guy was literally trying to just steal the dealership from him. But I still thought that was crazy. But Miyagi-Do shows up at the LaRusso household, and little Nate is none too happy. They kicked the fucking shit out of me. Dude, he was hyped. And again, your boy Hawk has gone to a dark place, beating up the smallest kid in Miyagi-Do. Like, especially now that he knows he can't even beat up Dimitri anymore. Now he just picks on, like, the littlest dude they got. I was like, dude, Hawk is hard.
You gotta build your confidence back up. So you gotta double team the smallest kid in Miyagi. You work your way up. Work your way up.
Oh, 3 guys to beat up the littlest guy in Miyagi-Do. Like, poor little Nate. I was like, what the hell, man? Hawk is a dick. Oh, man. But Johnny sells the stolen statue and donates the money towards Miguel's surgery, and he tries to leave before Carmen sees him, but the stars were aligned for their paths to cross, and she actually thanks him for it. And then Rosa begs him to stay and pray with him. Like, he says he has someplace to be, which is pretty damn important, but I mean, I guess you just can't say no to Nana. She said Miguel needs you, but I don't know. I feel like Rosa was kind of using that to get him and Karma back together again. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit at least, right? Like, kind of mend the fence a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. If nothing else, it lets having friends again. But yeah, I feel like Nana is trying to hook him back up because she likes that. She likes Johnny.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I want them to be together as well.
You think they're going to end up by the end of the season? End up together?
I don't know. They set up like the whole thing of what's her name, Allie coming back, and
That's going to be crazy.
it's gonna happen. I don't, the love triangle things. I don't like them.
In this
And
show,
at least the love triangle will be over in like an episode, though. So, to be,
what episode do you think Allie comes back at?
The next one or the one after that, maybe.
Oh wow, you think so? I say she doesn't make an appearance until at least 5.
5? What episode? We're on 3, so that's the one after that.
4 or 5, yeah. I say 6. She won't be back before 6.
Okay, so I'll take under 6. You take over 6.
Yeah, I'll take the over. The second half of the season, the first half of the season.
All right.
I don't think it's going to happen. But I mean, how do you say no on the one hand to Nana? But like, how do you not go see your son in jail? Like, Johnny's been to jail a few times. He knows how bad it is. Not to mention, like, the state of mind that Robbie has to be in. Like, how do you stay? Like, what an impossible situation. But how do you not go see your son? Like, Robbie's got his family there. I mean, Miguel has his family there, and basically, he's literally just there to pray. He's not even going to see Miguel. It's like, how do you not go see your son in that situation?
I don't know. Like, for me personally, I couldn't do that. But he did promise, like, Miguel would always be there. Like, this whole, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, he's been a wreck because of it, because of Miguel. So I could see him, like, he went begging back to his stepdad, right? Something he said he wouldn't do again. Like, he would never do again, just to help Miguel. So I can kind of see it, but it's probably a little bit for Carmen.
Yeah, there you go again, and that's what I'm getting. It's a little bit because he knows there's that beautiful woman on the other end of it. So yeah, I think that's definitely playing a little bit. And of course, Robbie gets totally devastated. Like, once again, he's ready to give his dad a chance, but as soon as he fucking relies on him to show up and be there, he's left with nothing but an empty chair staring back at him. So his state of mind is just off the rails. But Sam takes the crew back to Miyagi-Do and says it's time to resume training, and Cobra Kai's never stopped, and now they've fallen behind, and Dimitri's ready to add a few new moves to his repertoire, but little Nate asks, won't Daniel be mad? Like, how do you think Daniel's going to react to this? We know he'll be deep down happy, but Amanda's not going to be having it, so how do you think they're going to react to this?
Daniel, he'll probably, like you said, he might say, oh, we're not doing this anymore. But in reality, he's like, yeah, like, this is the way. But, but Amanda, she's going to be pissed. She's 100%. She's going to be pissed.
And what can she do? I mean, if her daughter wants to keep doing karate, I mean, can she really stop her? Like, even after everything that's happened, but I don't know. If she didn't have the karate, she might have really gotten her ass whooped, and it might have been her that was paralyzed, because I don't think Tori with a Y was going to use up.
Yeah, but the whole situation is probably different. Like, the whole scenario without the karate involved. So, I don't know. She's not. I don't know.
Jake says, Nana asked you to pray for a kid in a coma. Robbie isn't going anywhere, but neither is Miguel.
That's what I laughed at.
Yeah, because neither is Miguel, though. Oh, man. Robbie got Johnny Blood and we'll be okay. Miguel's paralyzed. Yeah, I don't know. I'd want to go see my kid real quick and then come back and pray with the mom and grandma. I'd have to go see my kid in jail because I know he'd be tweaking. But ending up, we see at the very end that they'll have a bit more time to figure things out, because when Sam said he's out of town, he is out of town. Daniel has decided to take a trip to Dayona, headquarters in Japan. Mr. LaRusso, they are ready for you now. what's going to happen with that. So you already think that that's going to end up being old boy, and he's either going to be in charge or work there, and that's kind of what happened. And Daniel's going to have to deal with that old school come to rest. That's going to be gnarly.
So I've been thinking about it as we go. Like he's going to be someone on the board or like a major deal person. They're going to go back to the village and they're going to try fighting over it. They're going to like fight over the deal or something. He's going to have to earn it that way.
You think it's going to be a karate match that is whether he gets to keep his dealership or not and to keep them?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's my theory. Maybe it's tinfoily, but I was thinking about this the whole time we were talking about this. So I'm like, well, what would happen? Like, maybe he has to fight over it, or to get it.
I love that. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe they'll go over there because I was going the other way. I was like, oh, they'll go over there and see that, he was with Mr. Miyagi and he's, kind of lives his life the way, the same way they believe, and they might be more on his side other than finding out because they're probably like, we didn't really like that Tom Collins anyway, or that Tom Cole anyway, because the guy's an asshat. So like not knowing him and just hearing him over the phone, the guy's kind of a sleazebag. So the fact that Daniel showed the respect to actually fly all the way there and talk to him in person, I was thinking that maybe things will go a lot better. But I like the way you're looking at it. Way better. That makes for a way better series. I love that. Oh, whatever happens, it was well done. Absolutely. This he says, whatever happens, it was well done. Jake says we got a good show in store for us. Let's advertise it. I like it. I've seen it all. I forced myself not to talk about it. Thank you so much. We're trying to keep it spoiler free. Because like I said, now I get to, after this episode, I'll be going right over and watching episode 4 and being all ready for that.
Me too. Right after we leave here.
That's awesome. Exactly. Cool. Well, maybe we can knock it out even earlier. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can get together this weekend. If not, we will be back next Tuesday night talking about some Cobra Kai karate. So far, so good with this season?
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I like all the little jokes and the, everything. It's a show for me. I don't think it's as good as like the last season at this point, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's not quite as good. Last season was amazing.
There's too much like, real world conflict in it, like adult stuff in it. I want to be like, childlike still. Where it's
some more Stingray scenarios. Yeah, I need some more Stingray in my life. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll definitely be back soon talking about episode 4. Until then, hope everybody's having an absolutely amazing week, and it only gets better from here. You guys be easy, and we'll talk to you soon.